Intro to translation. So translation is a type of transformation that refers to the shape just moving in direction. It can go to the right or left and or up or down, meaning it could go right and then up, or it could just go right. That's what that means. So let's look at the first example to see what this means. So we're going to describe the translation that maps x to x prime. So the first thing, let's just go over this prime, right? This means prime. So really when we're going from x to x prime, we're going from the pre-image to the image. So x prime is the image, and then just the regular x is the pre-image. So what happens is it goes through a transformation, and in this case, it goes through a translation. So that just means it goes up or down, or to the right or left. So let's go over how we would describe this then. So we have x, and then we go to x prime. So let's go, well, we'd have to go to the left, right? So we go over 1, 2, 3. So we're going to go left 3 units, right? These are just units for each one. So that's 3. And then how many down? So how many do we have to go down? So we go from here to 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we go down 4 units. So that's how we would describe the translation. We go left 3 units and we go down 4 units. We can put in there. And that would be the answer to that one. So let's do another example. So example 2, now we have line segments, but it's going to be the same thing. So describe the translation that maps from x to x prime. Well, here we have our x, and then we're going to go to here, right to that one. So this should go probably just to that line. So let's just look at the top. So notice, right, if we look at this line segment, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the same length, right, just to verify, because translation, we're just moving an object. So it's not like this object has changed other than just the position, right? So let's just go at the top. So let's just describe this point to get to this point, right? So we're only going to look at the top point because it describes the whole line segment of what happens in terms of moving. So we're going to go to the right now, right? We have to move from x to the x prime. We have to go to the right. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So we go to the right 4 units. And then we're going to go then down 1, 2. And down 2 units. And that's how we would describe this translation. Let's do the final example. So example 3. Now describe the translation of the point to its image. So we have -5, 3 to then -2, 1. So we have the origin. Let's go find the first one. So -5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then up 3, 1, 2, 3. So let's go ahead and just keep it as x. And then we can make this x prime here. So -2, 1. So we go over 1, 2, up 1. Let's go a different color, and that's x prime. So let's describe this, right? So now from going from x to get to x prime, we have to go over 1, 2, 3. So we go the right 3 units. And then we have to go down 1, 2 units. And down 2 units. And that's how we would describe this translation. Still on a coordinate plane. before, we didn't have a coordinate plane where they weren't labeled, but this one just has a coordinate plane to kind of tell us exactly where these points are. Now, let's go over something real quick. So, notice that when we shifted right or left, what happens, right? Well, for this one, if we shifted to the right, if we shift right to get to x prime, it means it's a positive translation, right? That is a positive translation, right, for the x-axis, right? But if we shift left, that means it's a negative translation, and that's only in relation to the x, right? Now let's talk about the y coordinate. So shifting up or down, that has to do with, right, going up or down right here is on the y-axis. So shifting up means positive, and then shifting down means a negative translation. So that will make a little bit more sense in the next video, but you can kind of see how that works, right? So to go from this x, then down, we went from 3 to 1, so that's negative, right? We're going down.